Hi, I'm Rebecca Valcarcel, and I just came back from walking the Camino de Santiago from Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port to Santiago de Compostela. I'm making this video because in my previous Camino, I took a simple backpack, and I'm here to answer the question, why did I switch? So my last Camino was 2 weeks long from Astorga to Santiago, and I took this very simple backpack. It is really inexpensive. It was $20 on Amazon. I think the same brand, Gear for Free, now costs a little more, like maybe $30. It has the features I needed, like trekking pole, little strap things, cordage. It has a central bag with an extra pocket inside, top pocket, reasonably padded straps, but not real special, and a chest strap. There is no waist strap. And actually, I wanted that because I am very short. I have a short torso length, and I was having a lot of trouble finding a kind of normal backpack that would fit. And so not having a waist actually made sure that the pack would hang at the right place on my back and was comfortable. However, what I noticed is because it has no suspension system, even though it's super light by itself, it weighs very little, like less than half a pound, it doesn't carry a load well. And once I got past about 6 pounds, I found that the straps did dig into my shoulders, especially like the second, third, fourth hour of walking with the loaded pack. And if I added water and food, it really was going to be too heavy. Now, somebody with more strength, upper body, maybe they could carry this no problem, even heavier. But for me, it tipped the scale to needing a pack that has more of a suspension system. So I went to REI and I said, look, I'm short. You're going to have to help me fit a pack. And the reason I haven't had one before is because of this problem. And they did find a pack that would work for me. So now, on my recent Camino, I carried the Gregory 28-liter pack. And it does have the suspension system here that made it absolutely painless to carry. I'm talking no pain in my shoulders, no pain in my back. It was perfect. And I don't credit only the backpack. I did pack very light. I probably carried 8 pounds. Maybe if you added water and food, it maybe got to 9 pounds. Actually, water is so heavy, it might have even gone to 10. But I did pack pretty light anyway, and that was perfect for this pack. It could probably withstand more weight, but to keep everything really painless, that combination of packing very light and then having some suspension system worked great. So you can tell it has a lot more going on here to help distribute the weight, and it has a nice thick hip belt with pockets, and that's the biggest change for me. I mean, this stuff plus the hip. It also was easy to manage. I mean, it doesn't have a ton of extra things on it. It has everything I need, but not anything more. It has one little strap for putting your trekking poles. I liked the 2 because if I put trekking poles on one side, there's this lopsided weight effect, and so then I would try to put something heavier like water in the opposite side, because it is important to keep the load well balanced in order to avoid pain and not have like one hip or one shoulder bearing more weight than the other. So with a well-fitting pack, and I did also, another feature this has is the load lifters that the other pack did not have. With the load lifters and the suspension system, I was able to painlessly carry everything I needed. Now, let me say very quickly what I did put in the pack. I'm not going to show you the whole packing list, which is online. But I did have a waterproof bag for stuff sack for bedding. I had another one for clothing, just and you know, sea to summit, lightweight. I had another bag for shoes. That is not my hiking shoes, but socks, and also my like shower shoes, as they would call it, or after hiking shoes, which for me were Hoka recovery slides. I loved them, and I could do a separate video about them. But in the pack, I basically had these 3 bags and a toiletry bag and very little else. So that made it very easy in terms of organization. And there are some albergues now that are asking you to leave your pack on a hook or in a basket and then take your stuff to your bunk in a little crate or different things. So in that little crate, I could just pull out the bedtime sack, pull out my clothing sack, pull out my toiletry sack, and stick them in the little bag or the basket, and off I go, leaving my big pack on the hook or whatever. So you might find yourself encountering that situation. I found it in like 3 or 4 places. So that's a good thing, to be able to pull stuff out of your pack, not all separately, but subdivided a little bit. I don't always use the stuff sacks that everything comes in. Like, I have my one bed bag, but in that bed bag, all my bedding stuff, I have my silk liner, and this silk liner I just stuff in there like this. I did not use the little silk liner sub sack, for it separately. I didn't want to carry that extra weight, and it actually smushes down really great if I stuff it in the bottom of my bag of this stuff sack. So I don't get carried away with stuff sacks, but I did have those particular ones, and that made it easy to manage the pack. So that's why I switched from my $20 Amazon pack to my $200 plus Gregory Jade 28. Good luck on your own next Camino, whether it's in Spain or an inner journey or whatever that might be. And I'm glad you joined me today. Buen Camino.